Afternoon. Have you ever been out in the woods before, camping, and you realised that you've forgotten your tent pegs? What do? You make one out of nature. So I'm going to show you today how to make a tent peg or what we find just laying around. Some odd branches. Problem is, if you want to keep the tent pegs, you need to use good quality wood. But when you're out in the woods, you just use what's available. So we should be able to make a tent peg out of one of these here. What we need is one of these. Use that. It's a pruning saw, because we need to use green wood. You need to use something like a finger thickness, really. Normally less knots the better, really, but we'll make do with what we got. That'll do. That's pretty straight. Got a few knots in it, but we can overcome that. You need something roughly about your forearm. So if we cut that off about there, that would do the trick. Right, let's tidy these knots up a bit. Right, about forearm, roughly about there. Let's chop them off there. That's pretty good. It's good enough when you ain't got nothing. Right, what we need to do is create a point on the end. Most people create a round point, you know, like a spear. The problem is, it don't go down in the ground very well. So what you do is you just taper that edge and that edge. Takes a bit of time sometimes, but just bear with it. It's just so we can get it in the ground. The other side. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you can drive it down in the ground. You know, we're not an art class. That'd be ample. Now what we do then is just take the sharp edge away, just so it don't split out. Right, that's good enough. See, that's good enough. That'll do the job. And on the other end, it's square. Just need to take the edges away, so when you penetrate it into the ground, it don't mushroom out. So just work your way around like that. Little slope mushroom. Then it won't split out. But now we need to create a stop notch. So what we need to do, the flat bit, we need to do it about there roughly. So rule of thumb, rule of thumb, basically we need to do it just about there roughly. So we do a split first. It's called a 7th notch. Just rock the knife back and forwards until you get a cut. This stops the wood splitting out. Just take your time, don't rush it. If you rush it, you can split the wood right up through. Just get your thumb on the knife there like that, and just gradually take a little bit out at a time. And then gradually go back down again. It don't have to be too deep, it's just something so the guide line can catch on. Keep rocking the knife back and forth. You don't want to go too deep because it makes the wood weak. So when you're tapping it down in the ground, if it's hard ground, that top end can break off. So I don't go too deep. Some people say go halfway down, but you don't need to go halfway down. A lot of the guidelines are only about 4mm thick, aren't they? Or even 3mm thick. There we go. That's all you need. But if you want to keep your tent peg, what I would advise on is taking all the bark off. Because the bark is where it gets the bacteria and where the wood rots down. And all to do that, just shave it off slightly like that. Just keeps the wood all nice and clean. But if you don't intend to reuse them, just use it with the bark on. Yeah, see how easy it comes off? Nice and easy. And another thing you can do as well, if you want to keep them, you can harden the end of the bit of wood. You know when you've got your fire going and you've got the ashes, just stick it in the ground just below the ashes, let about 5 or 10 minutes, and it starts going a little bit black. And that hardens the tip. So when you drive it in the ground, it'll last a lot longer. To warm me, I might just tidy this up and make it look a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit tidy, isn't it? Right. Suppose we need to try it and see if it works now, don't we? Right, let's see if our masterpiece works. Perfect for that. See what it works like on a guideline. We'll drive them in here. There we go, let's see how the guidelines caught in a notch. I will say that's a result, won't you? If you'd like some more from that demonstration, please click like and subscribe. We shall see you later. Bye for now.